Hello, my name is Thorhildur Asgeirsdottir, and on behalf of myself and Rob Comer, I will present our paper, Making Energy Matter, Soma Design for Ethical Relations in Energy Systems. Our paper outlines a case study of first-person engagement with energy systems, and it shows how somaesthetic design methods can cultivate and design for new ways of being with energy systems. We argue that the transformative potential of Soma design can help to realize a more ecologically engaged perspective for sustainable HCI. The central question of our research is how we are relating to energy and how that informs our design practice around interactions with energy systems. We started this work from the perspective of how to act responsibly within a context of energy abundance, where logics of responsibility lie within the individual. It is precisely in these energy abundant contexts that new approaches to energy consumption and technology design have the greatest capacity for reducing energy consumption, both locally and within the broader global climate crisis. This work was started in late 2021, and since then, the energy situation globally and in Sweden, where this work took place, has drastically changed as a result of the Russian invasion into Ukraine. Things have changed as far as how people are thinking about energy systems, but the underlying cultural practices around how we relate to energy are very slow to change. What this new energy context highlights even further is that it is a necessity for us as designers and consumers to better align our energy consumption within limits and to recognize that privilege requires responsibility. Before we get into the specific methodology we used, it's important to note that both authors are able-bodied, and as Soma design privileges first-person experience, the design work may not reflect or may exclude the experiences of people with additional needs. For example, those who require additional needs for mobility or movement. Our methods, we use somaesthetic design methods to guide a research through design process. I did design work on my own and in collaboration with others in the space of the kitchen. There, we closely studied and created interactions and put them into the world to probe what is happening in the relation between people and energy systems. Our choice of methods drew on defamiliarization and estrangement practices. We did autobiographical design, slow walks, and aesthetic labs around the particular energy relations present in the kitchen. The early autobiographical design work, it focused on designing for sustainability. This revealed a trajectory of fatalism and restriction, and it wasn't until I turned towards enacting material relations in co-performance with others that I was able to open into a more holistic relationship with energy. Over the course of my design work, I engaged with two participants in a slow walk in their own kitchen. And from there, together with one of the participants, we conducted an aesthetic lab to deepen in on a specific material engagement that arose from our shared slow walk. Most interesting was a difference revealed between the autobiographical design phase, which spiraled towards rational choice and emotional exhaustion, and then the co-performative somatic engagements with slow walks and later aesthetic labs. These latter design processes ask similar questions to the autobiographical work, namely, what are the energy systems and how do we engage with them? But it did so in a way that explicitly questioned the relations, rather than assuming their existence or binary states of on or off. This paper started from a desire to design for more sustainable engagement with energy systems. Using Soma design as a response to the perceived immateriality of energy systems, foregrounded tensions in how and in what ways we can and currently do not relate to those energy systems. Through first-person engagement alone and with another participant, we saw how positioning ourselves among each other, the materiality of energy, and the energy system itself resulted in increased complexity of ethical relations between these various moving parts. While it is tricky to relate to the formlessness of energy and energy systems as a whole, positioning it within the relations and relational ethics makes it matter in a more tangible way. Mainstream directions within sustainable HCI have been around interventions grounded in deepening users' connection to sustainability. In our work, we find a tension with the attempt to design for sustainability as exhibited in the autobiographical design phase that happened over the first couple of months, where through the inventory of energy practices, the question of sustainability became a binary one. Is this practice sustainable or not? And the concept of sustainability was thus rendered along a linear scale with an assumed origin of totally sustainable. Our conclusion is that sustainability, as it is currently understood in Western contexts, is difficult to feel. It must always be accounted for. But rational choice doesn't lead to anything more sustainable per se. Rather, it leads to eco-anxiety and distress. And on top of the emotional labor of contending with this, it only pushes energy systems further into the background. We're not arguing that we should give up on designing for sustainability. Instead, we find characteristics within the enacting of material relations in Soma design, namely moments of care, collaboration, and preciousness. These open up future opportunities for transformative relations. Turning towards relations, the design process produced a much more nuanced ethical relation to the specific materiality of the energy system. This relation was not singular, but extended through the materiality to the systems producing it. This work took place over the period of 8 months and produced design sensitivities and design knowledge that challenge current paradigms around designing for sustainability and propose new exciting paths forward. Our intention with this work is not to explicitly design energy solutions, but to account for the process of Soma design and sensitizing towards energy relations. And while this extended engagement may not be feasible for everyone everywhere, the design process indicates the generative potential of this process, and particularly in interaction with others. And with this, our concluding argument is the transformative potential of Soma design and how it can help to realize a more ecologically engaged perspective for sustainable HCI. Thank you so much.